controversy was already brewing last night in Oklahoma when the state's House of Representatives approved a ballot measure which, if approved by voters next year, would eliminate affirmative action across the entire state government. And then Republican State Representative Sally Kern decided to pour gasoline on the fire. You may remember Kern's warning 3 years ago, quote, "The homosexual agenda was a bigger threat to America than terrorism." This time, during the affirmative action debate, Kern decided that women and African Americans aren't making less money because of discrimination. Kern concluded they simply aren't working as hard as white men.
We have heard tonight already that in prison there's more black people. Yes, there are, and that's tragic. It's tragic that our prisons here in Oklahoma, what are they, 99% occupancy? But the other side of the story, perhaps we need to consider, is this just because they're black that they're in prison? Or could it be because they didn't want to work hard in school? And white people oftentimes don't want to work hard in school, or Asians oftentimes. But a lot of times, that's what happens. I taught school for 20 years, and I saw a lot of people of color who didn't want to work as hard. They wanted it given to them. Matter of fact, I had one student that said, "I don't need to study. You know why? The government's going to take care of me." That's kind of revealing there. You see, women usually don't want to work as hard as a man because, now wait a minute, now listen to me. Women, hang on, women tend to think a little bit more about their family, wanting to be at home more time, wanting to have a little more leisure time. That's all I mean.
Joining me now, MSNBC contributor Melissa Harris-Perry, Associate Professor of Politics and African American Studies at Princeton University. Melissa, first of all, I think it's clear that Kern should stay on the teleprompter. But I want to start because she apologized today, and so I want to just read that quickly. It says, "I want to humbly apologize for my statements last night about African Americans and women. I believe that our government should not provide preferences based on race or gender. I misspoke while trying to convey this point last night during debate. Women are some of the hardest workers in the world. My husband is a pastor of a diverse inner city church, and the way that my words came out last night is certainly not my true spirit."